Many people feel that the space around the presidency has become so casual that even the president himself is treating the presidency so casually, then thereby allowing what happened to him in Migori.
No, the presidency is not getting casual. The presidency is getting demystified as our democracy progresses.
But should it?
That's a fact for sure. And
should it get to the extent of what we saw in Migori?
The presidency has to go to the people. Let me correct this misinformation about Migori. And nobody threw a shoe at the president. That's a fact. It has been verified. It is just that some Kenyans who wanted to record the president using their own phones, and some creative individual picked up a shoe and pretended to be recording also with a shoe. And the person who was standing behind was so annoyed that the shoe is obstructing him from having the full view of the president. So he decided to hit the shoe.
In the direction of the president.
And while hitting the shoe flew to the direction of the president. And that was analyzed by security experts, communication, and those guys have been left. And so there was no issue. Those were just Kenyans enjoying and getting excited with the presence of the president. And I don't think we are going to hype this particular matter to look like somebody threw a shoe to the president. Nobody threw a shoe to the president. That I can tell you. And it is something I've verified, I've checked, and people are just making fun. And I don't think the president
verified by watching the video?
Yes, we've watched the video.
Or did you exercise any other?
We have watched in the video, and this thing is within the media space, and you can check it. I'm sure also you have watched, if you were to be honest. So really, the incident of Migori, nobody threw a shoe at the president. That has come out, and so
Fred,
nobody should hype that particular matter.
Yes, please.
The issue at Narok.
Let's just respond.
Now that we are on the issue of the
You'll be back.
I'll give you.
I come from Luo Nyanza. What led to because any action...
You come from Luo Nyanza, but now you are in Nairobi.
Yes.
And maybe you've not seen that clip.
Means I have direct contact with some people and I have some information on the ground. That's what it means.
I've been as GNAT, so I have direct contact with teachers also on the ground.
Yes.
I can verify.
Yes, that is true. You can give your testimony. Let me give mine. What I can tell you is that every action, Fred, must have an intention. That's why as a Catholic, if you commit a sin, the sin cannot be committed in isolation, just the act. There must be the intention, isn't it? So I was privy to some young people who were very mad when the president spoke in Atike. When he said, Nispoenda utadu, that if Ruto doesn't go, utadu, that thing annoyed people. In fact, remember that the shoe throwing took place after the speech in Atike, which made people mad, because someone told me, before this through shown, called me and told me, Professor, I was so mad because someone whom people say must go is saying that if I don't go, what will you do? Which means that for you to throw a shoe I was training, you reach the last resort. Like, there's nothing else we can do. In my culture, if your wife beats you with some things in the house, ujue imeisha. There's no point of return. Hata ukienda kwao, utaambiwa mzee hii kitu hatuwezi tatua. So when someone throw a shoe, his shoe, it means yani story imeisha. In fact, even if you explain
Can you prove that the shoe was thrown?
Yes, the shoe was thrown.
Are you able to prove?
The shoe was thrown because let me tell you what, Fred.
I don't think
we do
makes
physics.
Sense, Fred.
We do physics. For the shoe,
there's a video we have on
I don't
right
think
now.
it makes sense.
Let me tell you, we do physics.
For us,
there's a certain force that cannot go with heating to move that distance. You do any way you want. That's why when a ball comes, they say we're watching football, when a ball comes, there's a direction which if the ball comes, then you go in another direction and the ball gets power to go. So the power to reach from where that person is, if you analyze that distance, let me ask you, who can throw a shoe in the inner circle of the president's security? What is the nearest distance someone can be outside the inner circle of the security? Numbers have it. There's a standard, isn't it? It must be minimum of around 20 minutes.
Bwana Sossion,
isn't it?
we have it on record that some people were arrested after that incident. Are you saying it was